All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of the Always Chillin' Podcast. Kenny and the Sandman here in the barbershop once again. We're talking about E40 and stuff. I pulled up some of the E40 dictionary, and I'm gonna go through some terms, and I'm gonna see if you know what they mean already.
Let's
Are
do
you,
it.
you familiar with the E40 dictionary?
Let's
Okay.
do it.
right.
I've been fucking with 40 since
Okay.
95.
All right, we got a pretty good list of terms actually. You can't ask me to use them in a sentence because most of them I can't say. So, but I can give you some background on it if you need
Sock
me
it
to.
to me.
All right, first one, bootsy.
Bootsy?
Yeah.
Bootsy. Bootsy.
Bootsy. Comes from the streets of Oakland. First rapper who ever said bootsy on a record was E40 on a song called Bootsy.
What's he? He's the pimp? He's the player?
Well, it's the only one who can be bootsy and get away with it is Bootsy Collins.
Yeah, the pimp, the player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bass player, great bass player, but his personal was a pimp.
Yeah, so
player.
he's the only one who's allowed to be bootsy.
The only one. The only Bootsy.
Yeah. So bootsy is when you're doing too much.
Yeah.
When you're doing too much, you hella bootsy.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be like bootsy, you're
That was
doing
more.
hella
That was
extra.
probably more of a Cali term. We didn't really hear that in the Midwest, but when E40 said it,
Yeah, first time E40 said it, this is the lyric. It be them bootsy motherfuckers in your town that's always dying.
yeah,
Bootsy, 1995. Next one, broccoli.
broccoli. Oh, that's bread. That's money.
No, it's weed.
Weed.
Medicinal weed specifically. It
Medicinal.
says I started calling medicinal weed broccoli.
Broccoli.
Because it's green and bushy.
Yeah, again, that's probably more of an Oakland term.
Yeah, I was looking at some medical back in 93 with my producer, Studio Ton, and he was like, man, look at it. It looks exactly like broccoli. There you go.
Yeah.
And he said in Practice Looking Hard from 1993, he said, got me a baggie full of broccoli and a Crooked Eyes 22. What's
Crooked
that?
Eye 22, beer 22 ounce.
Okay. Captain Save-A-Ho.
Captain Save-A-Ho. What was the term? You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You would be the guy who, even though you know she done gave the pussy up to everybody, you gonna go marry her.
Okay, nailed it. He'll fight you over a bitch, even if she's the neighborhood toss-up.
Yeah.
You can't turn a hoe into a housewife, but a
Yeah.
captain will try to do that. Yeah, so you nailed this one.
I wanna be safe.
A hoe's going to be a hoe.
Hoe gonna be a hoe.
She going around fucking and not getting no money for it or getting money for it. It don't matter.
Can't even get a section.
Some
of
of these
couch.
motherfuckers will wipe these bitches up, knowing that the bitch got miles on her. So it's a lot of other people's leftovers.
Yeah. Straight like that.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird in a plane. What's that dude's name?
I wanna be
Captain Save-A-Ho, man. From Captain Save-A-Ho, 1994.
Classic.
Cat, specifically like catting off or
Catting
It's
off.
a Frisco thing, I guess.
Yeah, it must be a Frisco thing. Catting off to me, maybe sneaking off.
Or just cat.
Just getting up out of there quietly.
It comes from J-Cat. Basically means bullshitting. You can even call yourself a cat.
I see the logic.
Yeah.
Probably an Oakland term again.
Easy line. He ain't real. He a fraud, baby girl. That dude's a cat. So it's kind of like a dog, I
I
guess.
see the logic.
Yeah.
He's not a dog. He's a cat.
Right. Fashizi.
Oh, sheezy for sure. A lot of people credit Snoop for that, but that's more of a Northern California way to slang.
It
Yeah.
says first ever said on wax on Rapper's Ball with E40, Too Short, and JoJo. He was saying Fashizzy, and then one of them had to tell him it was actually Fashizi.
Easy for sheezy.
Everybody knows what Fashizi means. Fetty.
That would be money. It got to be money.
It doesn't really say. Shooting dice studio. He said, "Oh yeah," he said, "I ain't got no Fetty, man."
Yeah, that's
they shortened it.
Yeah, that's a worldwide.
I got the gift of gab. I'm off the choo choo track. I want the Fetty. Fuck
Yeah.
the fame. Y'all can have that. Yeah, that's money. That's
Yeah,
money.
they
So you're
gotta
doing
be-
You're doing pretty good.
They got to be a worldwide one by now.
Flambostin.
Flamboasting, and you high sighting. You letting everybody see your shine. You letting everybody see your suede, your silk.
Being flamboyant and boasting at the same
Hell
time.
yeah.
Flambostin.
Everything.
Gouda.
Gouda.
That's easy.
Yeah, that's bread.
That's money.
That's money.
That's money. Got a little Gouda. Got a thumper. Got a Ruger.
Gouda would be actually cheese.
Okay. LRPs, long range pimping.
Long range pimping, that means you from California to New York, from Canada to Texas.
Yeah. That means when a pimp sends a hoe like a text message.
Goddamn right.
Sending them from state to state. A lot of people think I make up all the slang I say, and I do make up words. Oh, this is him explaining it. I do make up words, but at the same time, it's just organic words that I get.
Just gotta follow along sometimes.
Just from having my ears to the turf.
Having my ears.
Long range pimping. Mail.
Bread, money, cheese,
Yeah,
Gouda.
specifically a check. Like you're going to check your mailbox for a check. Popo. It's
Police. I call him the police.
He was the first on record to call the police Popo.
Yeah, I will give him that. Nobody was
That's
saying
what he
Popo.
says. He's saying that he's the first on.
You know what? If you watch any E40 interview, yeah, he gonna tell you, yeah, I invented a lot of shit. He's not very humble with it. He'll let you know he invented a lot of shit. And there is a lot of shit that he invented that rappers are still doing today, saying today.
All right.
Slap. I mean, shit, you got that slap in your ride. You slapping,
knocking or bumping.
knocking, bumping.
So he said he thinks he no, he doesn't think he made these up. He's just the first one that said it on. I was about to say just
the first one to say them on wax like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Coin for music in the trunk when it makes it sound like it's slapping.
Slap.
Yeah. Also another word for something that's a winner or a hit.
They slapping that on the radio all day.
In the slow lane, seeing stars going against the grain, slapping this shit that'll fuck with your brain.
Yes, indeed.
Smell me / feel me.
You heard what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Instead of feel me, I said you smell me.
You smell me?
Smell me on this one. Hit it for 5 and hold it for 10.
You smell me?
Sucker repellent.
That
seems self-explanatory.
Yeah, that's self-explanatory right there.
Sucker repellent.
Or like my uncle used to say back in the day, I used to hear all the old players say, "Hey, man, come here, man. Let me spit in your ear a little bit." It means let me talk to you. I used to hear that and be like, huh? You want to spit in my ear? Oh, you want to talk to me?
Yeah.
Let me spit on you a little bit.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the ones from this article. So yeah, you did a pretty good job. Yeah, I didn't know what some of those, man. We were listening to E40 before the show, and I was like, man, I have no idea what the fuck he's even talking about.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way about E40.
I like it. I mean,
when I first heard E40, I don't.
He's one of the greats, obviously.
I think I kind of maybe I did feel like you. Like, what the fuck, dude?
He's got it.
You know, because Northern California and Southern California, as you know, is two totally different worlds. You know, they even gangbang different. You'll very rarely see Crips and Bloods in Oakland and probably past north of Sacramento. You ain't gonna see Crips and Bloods no more. You know, and Oakland is totally different. They'll say stuff down in SoCal that they don't know what the fuck, you know what I mean, they're saying in NoCal. I have noticed that between the people that I know from NoCal and the people that I know from SoCal. Like, it's two different languages, it's two different styles. The cars they ride, like, you don't see 6 Trays, 6 Deuces, 6 4s in Oakland. You ain't gonna see that. You're gonna see, like, Cougars and Mavericks and old 62, 63 Mustangs, you know what I mean? It's two totally different worlds. And for some reason, I've always wanted to credit Oakland, California with pimping.
Really?
Yeah, man. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe I'll give Detroit a close second and maybe New York. But for some reason, I want to give Oakland credit for pimping, dog.
Let's see.
I'm gonna give it to Oakland.
Typing with one finger over here.
We got stats.
Well, let's see, man. Oh God, we're getting into some bad shit here. Actually, we're getting into some shit. Oakland pimps prey on youth.
Pimping and pandering.
You know what I'll do? I'll just Google like the first pimp.
Pimp culture.
Who's the first? I'll bring the computer over here so I can type. Who's the first pimp?
And the reason I said I read Donald Goings. There's a black author named Donald Goings.
Iceberg Slim.
Iceberg Slim.
You ever
Oakland
heard of
or
Iceberg
Detroit?
Slim? Well, let's see. Let's learn about Iceberg Slim.
LRP.
Let's see. Chicago.
Chicago. Okay.
Let's see. All right. So he was born in Chicago, spent his childhood in Wisconsin and Illinois, Rockford, Illinois, and then returned to Chicago. His mother was abandoned by his father. She started a beauty shop. He went to Tuskegee University.
No shit.
But having spent time in street culture, in quotes, he soon began bootlegging and was expelled as a result. So he was at Tuskegee, and then he started bootlegging.
All right.
He was for the streets.
Every day I'm hustling.
After his expulsion, his mother encouraged him to become a lawyer so that he could make a living while continuing to work with the people, people from the hood. Because he didn't want to leave the people he was around. So his mom's like, "Oh, you can be a lawyer and then help them with their cases or whatever." I guess
I can dig it. Great strategy.
Yeah, but then he saw these other pimps. This was like the first organized big pimp type guy, Iceberg Slim. But he saw these other pimps bringing women into his mom's beauty salon, and he was like, "I like that more than being a lawyer." So he says he was attracted to the lifestyle of control over women that pimping provided. According to his memoir, Pimp, this dude wrote a memoir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Slim started pimping at 18 and continued until he was 42. Claims during his career he had over 400 women, both black and white, working for him. He was known for his frosty temperature and for staying calm in emergencies, which, combined with his slim build, earned him the street name Iceberg Slim. That's kind of cool.
That's
Iceberg
dope.
Slim, that's kind of a cool
I
name.
am who I am. Yeah,
Iceberg
okay.
Slim. When verbal instruction, we're about to find out he's not that cool. So it's kind of a cool name, but I don't condone any of the other
Not
stuff
at
I'm
all.
about to read. Because we're about to get it. When verbal instruction and psychological manipulation failed to keep the women compliant, he beat them with wire hangers. In his autobiography, he concedes he was a ruthless and vicious man. So he's not a cool guy.
Not a cool guy at all.
Iceberg Slim is a cool name.
Hmm.
He was connected with several other well-known pimps. Albert Baby Bell. Never heard of him. I'm happy to report that I've never heard of any of these men before. But yeah, so he's like, I googled first pimp, and he's what came up.
The one that, like I said, I read Donald Goings in prison, and he was I think the first book I read was Horson. And I'm reading this book, I'm like, well, fuck, what's the name? So I look at the cover, and it's Son of a whore. Yeah, I'm like, whoa. So I read all of his books, man, and eventually this guy ends up being killed and dying in the sewer. Real tragic end to his life, man. United States Army, I think he went to the Army to hide out. Dude was a heroin addict. So I never looked at a pimp like he was a hero or anything.
Yeah.
Because I knew what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Manipulation. Straight manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
It just...
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw a lot of them, like, these dudes would have wigs on. I saw these dudes with wigs on, like fingernails. You know what I mean? Real femme dudes. So I always was like, how has he got all them girls and he's acting like that? Like these
That's
dudes,
interesting.
Yeah, real.
Yeah.
And I'm going deep with it because I'm remembering things that I saw. I'm like
it's an interesting
standing right next to this dude. This dude's got a wig on. This dude's got makeup. He looks like one of his hoes. He's made up just like she is. And this is real life shit that I've seen on the corner of the barbershop back in the day. And I always wondered what the fuck that was about. Why would a guy ever want to do that shit to a woman?
I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't. You just hear stuff like getting them hooked on drugs and stuff.
Yeah. Real heavy shit.
Yeah, Shit's intense, man.
I always consider myself more of a.
That's going down a road we don't have to go down.
You're right.
We could talk about other shit.
I always consider myself more of a gangster. I always just
Okay.
wanted to be a gangster.
Yeah.
And I ain't want to be no pimp. I didn't call myself. I remember hearing my man, this pimping. Man, fuck all that shit. A gangster to me is I can play any game I have to play whenever I have to play it, and hopefully make it up out of this motherfucker. You know, that was more my angle with shit. Whatever I needed to play, I could play it when I had to play it, and hope to make it up out of this motherfucker.
That's a good way to put it, man. That Michigan game sucked. We don't need to talk about that a ton because, I mean, most people. I almost didn't even watch it, so I doubt anybody listening watched
I fell
it.
asleep.
Yeah,
I think I fell asleep even.
it was rough, man. It was exactly what we thought it would be. So it was rough. I'm excited for next season. I'm at the point where I'm like, all
next
right,
year. I'm in the next year.
Okay.
I'm in the next year.
Yeah, I'm done. I mean, I'm still gonna watch, but I'm not. I have no expectations for.
But we got 2 left.
Yeah, I have no expectations for Wisconsin or Iowa.
Damn, this season went. Damn, this shit.
Dude, and it sucks
went
because I
fast
feel
as
like
fuck.
I spend so long looking forward to it. You know, I spend the entire off season like, I can't wait, and then like this is how it's gone the past however many times, but six, seven times. It's fucking sucks. Like I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. This time's gonna be different. I'm so excited, and it just sucks, man. It's just rough. And I'm at the point of the season where I'm ready to be just kind of sad about it, and it's like, if Casey Thompson doesn't play, we have no shot.
I hate to address rumors. I hate to even address rumors, but we got to talk about it because it's the elephant in the room with a lot of people in Nebraska right now. We got to talk about Coach Prime.
Yeah. I don't think we're ready for Coach Prime as a society.
Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm with you 1,000% on that.
Me personally, I'm about it. I think it'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you're gonna try something new, you might as well spend a bunch of money and make a fucking.
And I think that's what it. I think
make a splash.
I think a lot of people are still hooked on that. It's got to be a Nebraska guy, and I'm not on that.
That hasn't worked so far.
I'm not on that.
Scott was a Nebraska guy, and I mean Mickey doesn't really deserve any. Like, this season isn't his fault.
No, because this is still Scott Frost's shit.
Like we have an interim head coach for a
reason.
We don't have an interim head coach because we were a really really good football team. So Mickey doesn't deserve any like. I don't know. I mean,
well, I like one thing he said in his interview, and I can't remember what the reporter asked verbatim, but like, what you gonna do? What can you do about this? And recruiting. One word answer. Mm-hmm. Recruiting.
And you know who's gonna recruit? Deion Sanders.
Hey man.
All he has to do is just walk into a room.
They coming.
Walk into a room and just hand out Nebraska hats.
They coming.
And they're coming.
They coming.
And if that truly is a different, I mean, that's what everybody's been saying the entire time is, nobody wants a Nebraska job because it's so hard to recruit there. If Nebraska could just recruit, they would be competitive, which I don't even know if it's true because we pretty consistently have a better recruiting class than a lot of the rest of the Big Ten. So I think
year to year.
I mean, I don't know.
We're always there.
I'm not there, and I'm
transfer portal or not. We're year to year. We're always there as far as recruiting.
Yeah, I'm not in the room, and I'm not a coach or anything, but I think development kind of is a problem because they get talent. We get kids that like the Oklahomas want and Texas.
And that's interesting you say that because that's one of my biggest gripes, man. Is in not only just Nebraska, just a lot of these colleges across the nation. Do they give these coaches time? Do they give them the rope to develop these kids, rather than you got to come in here, play, and win.
Well, I mean, I think like in Scott Frost's case, yeah, they did, because they gave him 5 years.
Yeah, you had a couple classes there.
Because that's what everyone was saying at first was like, oh, he just needs time. And then he got time, and like it never got any kind of better. And I don't even doubt that if Mickey got the job, that it would be better. Like give Mickey the job, I think we're winning 6
next year.
Yeah, but imagine if it is Deion Sanders, and I mean he would keep Mickey probably.
I think so.
And then you have Deion Sanders and Mickey
I
Joseph.
said that yesterday. He ain't gonna get. Why would he get rid of the brother?
He
You know what I
wouldn't.
mean,
He
he's
wouldn't.
already made history being the first interim or not black
Yeah.
head coach.
He wouldn't.
Nah, why would he? And who they may know each other.
What better wide receivers coach are you gonna get?
Like
I think that's
again. I said the two. One of the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL right now are Mickey Joseph's product.
Yeah, I said this last time we talked about it, but I think the thing with Deion Sanders is you got to let him be the face, and just be out there and just be Deion Sanders, and you need a couple really good coordinators.
That's why the staff got to be.
He has to have a really really good staff.
Staff got to be A1.
So that he can just go out and just be Deion Sanders and recruit, and
staff got to be A1 and
get the players. I mean, the players will be juiced out of their fucking minds playing for Deion Sanders. They'd come out of that tunnel like pit bulls.
Yeah, and not a shot at Mickey Joseph or anything,
Not
dude's
at all.
animated as fuck.
Yeah, Mickey,
I love it. The camera had to get off of him. Did you notice that yesterday? I was like, he left about 3 Fs on that. I was like, oh, he's hyped. I like that.
Yeah, Mickey does a great job.
Yeah, great job. But
No shit to Mickey at all. It's just man, this is quite a task.
And like I said, you take on your coaches. You take on your coach's person, you take on his attitude, you take on his language, you take on his mannerisms. You know, you're around him every day, all day training. That shit rubs off. You know, you got two guys like that on the sideline. Oh man, it's lights out. It's lights out as far as that. You had these kids ready to run through a wall for you.
Yeah, and I saw people talking about this too, but I think, like, I don't know, Deion has his own money. You know, like, he's already rich. Like,
yeah.
You know, there were some people online talking about how they think Deion would come and push for some good change, you know, because he doesn't care about getting paid.
Passion. It's passion. It's
yeah,
real
he would come in and he would make some good positive change at the university.
It's real passion.
Like get them to take seriously what they need to take. You know, like
all around.
Yeah,
as a university.
Yeah, I don't know specifically what he would do, but there's people that think that he'd be a voice kind of for like the younger generation.
Almost definitely.
You know, with the administration of the university, because they think Deion's really in touch with
that's what's amazing.
Yeah, he's what the players and what just that generation wants.
That's what's amazing.
And he doesn't need to he's not at a booster's beck and call because he's got more money than any of the fucking boosters have already.
Right. That's
so
what,
people think amazing. Deion would come in and push for some good change
on the head. These young kids still know
good
who
change
he
for
is.
the players, man.
They still know who he is.
Yeah.
He was that dynamic that these 16, 17, 18-year-olds.
You playing Madden right now?
Yep.
Yeah, they just updated it, and when you turn it on now, it's
him.
Deion Sanders.
All day.
Yeah, now imagine that guy is walking into kids' living rooms. Like, they're turning on Madden every day after they get out of practice, and Deion Sanders is in their face. And then that dude comes in wearing a bunch of Nebraska gear.
Well, what would we say earlier?
Come help me save Nebraska.
There's that slick talk where, we all know he has an agent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I haven't talked to anybody myself, I can honestly say, hey, I ain't talked to nobody.
Yeah, see, there's that too. Like he addressed the rumors at practice with his players, and he said, I mean, this is so conspiracy. I feel like I have a big bulletin board with strings tying newspaper articles together and shit. But he said that he hasn't talked to anyone at Nebraska.
Don't mean his agent hasn't.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that nobody from his team has, because nobody's allowed to talk to him directly right now anyway. And if there is something going on, he's not allowed to say it. So it's like people are like, oh, well, Eric Strickland texted him and he said it's not true. It's like, what do you expect him to say, man?
He can't say nothing anyway.
And I think Mickey would be good. I think it would get better with Mickey. But as far as immediate impact, making a splash, stuff is different tomorrow. The day after they announced Deion Sanders, the head coach of Nebraska, Twitter's going crazy. The news is going crazy. ESPN is going crazy. He's going to be on TV minutes later doing live interviews about it. And then he's going to go start bagging 5 stars like crazy. He's pulling 5 stars into Jackson State.
Well, being that the season, we got 2-3 weeks left in the season.
Yeah, and I think if it was Mickey, they would have said it already.
There's a lot of recruits right now.
Yeah,
that ain't gonna make a move.
Well, and then
until
I didn't even think about this, but like Deion Sanders coming because Jackson State probably doesn't have any NIL money.
Right.
So we got Deion Sanders and the players can come make money here.
And the bread.
Yeah, man. It's,
yeah.
I think it's a good idea because
It might be some storybook shit, you know.
But here's
I
mean, it's not even storybook shit because I think a lot of people would be fucking pissed. Like I think a lot of people around here would not like it. Like they would announce Deion Sanders and a lot of people would get upset.
Why you think?
I think mostly the older crowd. I think they probably just don't like his his attitude. Like, and I don't want to say attitude like it's a bad thing. Like he has an attitude, but they probably just like the way people talk about him. They wouldn't like that for Nebraska.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
the animation,
like the way he interact. Like he got into it. Do you see he got into it with that other coach, kind of?
Yeah, walking off the field and the coach kind of. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, like stuff like that. I don't think people would like that much here, and I think people would be pointing at stuff like that and being like, "Why would you hire him if he acts like this?" And just his like I don't want to say he has like an ego, but like he is kind of about himself. Like he wears. Have you watched his videos of like his?
Oh yeah, I'm one of his number one fans, man.
Well, like he has, like he's wearing his own merch, you know, in all of his, like he's got these big old shit that just says Coach Prime on it. Like it's not even about the school; it's like Coach Prime.
Yeah, that's his.
Like he's the show. People are there to see him, and it's kind of true. Like nobody's going to Jackson State games if Deion Sanders isn't the coach there.
No,
nobody's watching him on TV.
They're not
for sure. Wasn't College Game Day out?
Yeah, they actually changed their plans.
Yeah, College Game Day never ever would have been at Jackson State.
Never.
Like he personally has generated millions of dollars for that school.
For that whole,
probably for the community,
for the whole HBCU community. Yeah. I mean, because we got Eddie George.
Yeah, so
I don't know where, I can't remember where he's coaching. We got quite a few NFL coaches in the HBCU ranks right now.
So it kind of is about him. So I think if and he has like his own social media team doing his own like social media show about his like journey as a coach and stuff. And I think if he came into Nebraska trying to make it like he's bigger than Nebraska, you know.
You know, and maybe he.
And right now he kind of is bigger than, honestly, if we're gonna be honest.
I mean, because it's obviously Nebraska conservative as fuck. That's why we're discussing this like we're discussing it. Conservative as fuck. We'll just say that.
Yeah, like people are gonna be pissed that he thinks he's like bigger than this job.
Maybe he knows he'll have to tone it down at a place like Nebraska.
I honestly hope he would.
You know what I mean?
Like him coming in and it's like it's the Deion Sanders show. I don't like. I wouldn't care that much because I just want to win fucking.
And I wonder how much that actually benefits Jackson State.
A lot, but that's because it's Jackson State, you know.
Right. I wonder if
Nebraska has more fans than Deion Sanders has fans.
Almost definitely. Yeah.
But Deion Sanders has more fans than Jackson State has fans, probably. So Deion Sanders, he is kind of a bigger deal than.
Yeah,
a smaller school.
That's what you're gonna be. That's what you're gonna. That's what you're gonna get.
Like people are at the game to see Deion Sanders, whereas here people are at the game to see the football team.
Yeah, I think it would. I think
not that he's. I mean, he turned Jackson State into a football team that people are gonna go see. But it's.
I think he's done all he.
And like, how many of those kids are coming? Like, his kid is definitely coming to play quarterback.
And I think he has another baby boy that might be a freshman.
Yeah. And those 5 stars that he snagged for Jackson State, they want to play for Deion Sanders.
They coming.
They're coming for sure.
They're coming. And then we got the recruits.
Well, and then like Malachi Coleman is going to decommit from Nebraska when he finds out Deion Sanders is the head coach.
No, hell no.
Like our recruiting class would stay. It not only would we not lose anything, it would only get better.
Especially in state.
All
in states coming. It'll be that pipeline again.
Yeah, it'd be that. I mean, it'd really be that. Especially his first season. I
don't know, man. It might be some.
If he has a season or two and we're still losing, then some of the Deion Sanders stuff might wear off. But like the first season that he goes and hits the recruiting trail really hard, I mean, we're nailing 5 stars. I bet. Everybody's gonna want to.
And I know this is hypothetically. Yeah, if anybody can make it happen overnight and it be an overnight success, it gotta be Deion.
Yeah,
it gotta be Deion.
And then he can walk around here like he's the shit, and people probably wouldn't even care.
I think he can. I think he can. Hypothetically, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, before the show, we we're talking about he's not a Nebraska guy. He could be. It's pretty easy to become a Nebraska guy. All you got to do is win some fucking
Win a
football
couple
games.
games.
Like Deion Sanders, he's the head coach for 10 years and takes it. Like, this is a crazy hypothetical. I'm not saying this is going to happen at all, but 10 years and he takes us to a couple national championship games. All of a sudden, Deion Sanders, he's a Nebraska
He's
guy.
a Nebraska guy.
Yeah, and then the next coach, we're like, we got to find somebody like
then all over again.
Yeah, 20 years from now, we're going to be like, man, we got to get it back to how it was with Deion. And
then all over again.
Deion Sanders is going to be on the field, 80 years old.
Yeah,
like,
that's a big hypothetical.
Yeah, but I mean, for all anybody knows, that could happen. But what has hiring Nebraska guys done?
Past couple. Yeah,
I mean, and again, not Mickey's fault.
Not Mickey's fault at all. It's done nothing.
Mickey was in a bad situation, and he's done a really good job. I think Mickey.
And again, I watched the game the other day with my cousins, man, and maybe I've said this on a earlier episode. Like, I'll use Michael Jordan, probably the GOAT, a lot of people's GOAT. Okay, we ain't even gonna argue that. But as a team owner, he'll probably go down as one of the worst in history. Mm-hmm. This is probably the best Charlotte team that he's put on the court. I use Magic Johnson, probably the greatest point guard to ever play the game. Assist, dropping dimes, 6'9", came in and changed the game. But as a coach, he fucking stunk the place up, man. That shit doesn't always translate. Scott Frost, yeah, he was a fly-ass quarterback, dope-ass quarterback. Gave us one chip, you know what I mean? But
he's even a really good offensive coordinator. I just think,
and some guys just thrive as coordinators. Some guys that's just what you are.
The Big Ten just wasn't not for him. Like, it's not
a place to come learn.
Well, and it's not the style of offense that he wants to play.
No.
He doesn't want to. He didn't want to play a slow.
If we don't look like the motherfuckers that just smashed us the other day, and I still feel like they could have put up like 25 more points on us.
Yeah, they could have, man. They could have.
I don't know.
But like, all they had to do was turn around and hand the ball off to one dude, and that's it. And why would you do anything else at that point?
Tell a motherfucker where you going after that.
Yeah, like, I mean, everybody knew. The entire planet could watch that game and know, okay, they're running the ball. They're running the ball again. They're running the ball again. They're running the ball again.
And back to the Deion tip. Wherever Deion goes, wherever he goes, it's gonna be a hurricane, dog, over college football, man. Because shit's gonna. You think the transfer portal is crazy now? Mm-hmm. It's really even other coaches.
Yeah, and
they're probably waiting to see what he's doing too. I don't want to go to that conference.
Probably.
If Deion's going to the Big Ten, I ain't taking a job in the Big Ten right now.
There's no way he's not going to a Power 5 school.
We know that off top. Who is it? Auburn,
Arizona State,
Nebraska,
and like, I mean, if you're. These are talking points I've heard other people make, but like, if you're thinking about the best place to go, like the Big Ten West, everybody sucks.
It's been weak.
Like, he takes a job at Auburn.
It's been weak since the introduction.
He takes a job at Auburn, and he's automatically competing against Alabama and LSU, and like.
Do you want to come in like that? Do you want to?
It's gonna be pretty hard to make a conference championship, let alone the playoffs. But Nebraska, all he has to do is get better than Minnesota. Illinois, like Minnesota and Illinois aren't amazing football teams.
They're not.
They just don't make horrible mistakes, and they play
crispy.
They play
just
good enough.
That's what I said. Just crisp.
They play just good enough to win. That's it.
Just crisp football.
They just don't lose the game. That's it. They play to not lose the game, and they don't. Sometimes, when they play us, they don't lose. Mm-hmm. But. So, I mean, if you're thinking about where you're going to go, be able to make an impact and start winning conference championships and stuff, I mean,
it would be Nebraska.
Nebraska's looking pretty good from that perspective, but so is Arizona State.
Pac-12, yeah, because the Pac-12 ain't scaring nobody no more either.
The Pac-12 might not even be a conference in a couple years.
Yeah, they about to blow that up.
Yeah, so from a security standpoint,
because we got.
For all you know, Arizona State's going to join the SEC or some shit.
Who's coming?
USC and UCLA.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, so you come to Nebraska and you turn it around and you start competing with USC, UCLA,
beat 'em?
Ohio State, Michigan, like.
Ooh, yeah, shit. Yeah, it's gonna be a hurricane over college football.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's
like there's a compelling argument to be made that like it makes sense for Deion to want to come here instead of.
And we got Urban Meyer wanting to come back. He's coming. Well, we don't know for sure.
No, he had a. I don't know that he is because he had to leave their Big Noon kickoff thing early because he had a medical episode.
Oh.
so he might be off the
Is he
table.
faking it again? Or?
I don't know.
We all know how he gets out of contracts. Just fake a little heart attack.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but we'll see, man. I think the Deion Sanders thing would be cool. I think Mickey did it. I think he's doing a really good job, and I think
What he's left, yeah.
I think if he doesn't stay on as the wide receivers coach because we got a badass head coach, then I think he'll be a head coach somewhere very soon.
Well, I was looking up some shit this morning, I think. I didn't know he was, I don't know what an associate head coach is, but he was associate head coach down in LSU.
Yeah.
So maybe he had more duties down there anyway than he even does here now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who knows, man?
Who knows? I don't know. Maybe.
Who knows? But if it is Mickey Joseph, I'll be happy. If it's Deion Sanders, I'll be like, I'll just, it would just be, I don't know that I would be happier, but it would just be exciting.
It would definitely.
It would
definitely be a feel good. It would definitely change.
It would
the
be
atmosphere.
really, really
definitely
exciting.
change the atmosphere.
Like next season, the build up to next season would be the most excited I've been in a long time.
And again, like
I'd probably be more excited for that than I was for Scott Frost's first season. Honestly,
I wasn't on that. I wasn't on that tip, man. I just wasn't on the tip.
I was just so snake bitten already that like I was like, we'll wait and see. You know, it looks good on paper, but we'll wait
and
see.
that's. I think we even.
And
said
I mean,
that.
I was excited about it, and at the time, it seemed like a no-brainer.
The right thing.
It seemed like such a slam dunk. Like everybody thought it was gonna work, but
I hated to see him go like
we'll
that.
see. We got to try something different, man. And how much more different can you get than just making a splash?
Then prime.
Making a splash,
Then
man.
prime.
And he would walk around Lincoln just soaking it up, man. He'd be famous as hell around here.
I think most importantly, like we discussed earlier, the 17, 18, and 19-year-olds know him.
And as soon as he starts winning football games, he would run this town.
Run this town.
Everywhere
Run this
he went,
state.
he would never have to pay for anything
Nothing,
anywhere he
ever
went
again.
ever again.
Free runs is for life.
Free everything, for life, dog. You can go into Hy-Vee and motherfuckers be paying for his
free
groceries.
vials for life. Yeah, that shit would be crazy.
Yeah, that's dreaming, man. But we'll see. I mean, it makes sense. And there's like the rumors are supposedly coming from people that Deion has reached out to be assistant coaches here, talking to their friends and telling them that Deion Sanders called them and was talking about Nebraska.
See, motherfuckers can't hold water. It's bound to come out.
Yeah, that's where it's supposedly coming from. But who knows, man? There was a rumor that Mickey was going to be the head coach by now. So.
Yeah. You gotta watch that shit. We gotta watch that shit.
So we'll see. But this one, people weren't ever really super specific with their sources before, but now people are being like, they're kind of not really keeping it to their chest.
Nah,
where it's coming from. So.
Nah.
Yeah,
you gotta
I don't
watch
know.
some of that shit.
It just seems kind of legit, and we just got all that extra TV money. We have an extra $100 million a year, like
building a whole nother.
Like now's the time, man. If like this is like it felt like with Scott Frost, it was like it's now or never. But this really like this is it, man. Like if this doesn't work out, they're gonna start making Memorial Stadium like a 50,000 seat place.
This next one gotta be he gotta be here 10 years. He gotta be be that guy. It has to be the next TO.
Like this next one has to do it. Or
I hate no that as far as tenure.
Yeah, I mean young people just aren't gonna give a fuck, man. Like
they ain't, and they fill the stadium ultimately.
I mean they will eventually.
They fill the stadium.
I mean people in their 20s don't even remember Nebraska being good at football.
And that blows my mind.
Like we've been a bad football team for almost their entire life. I mean, not bad, but mediocre.
Mediocre. We'll say mediocre.
Yeah. I mean, the Pelini years we weren't bad, but we just weren't. We could just never get over. Kind of like Iowa, man. Like just good enough to get to a bowl game, maybe win a couple extra games.
Get to the bowl game and get smashed.
Maybe win the bowl game sometime. Like every other year, win the bowl game, lose the bowl game. Which was fine. I mean, I'd sure miss that a lot now, but.
Well, we need 6 to get to a bowl game.
Yeah, I mean it'd be nice.
We out of that, man.
It'd be nice to make it to a conference championship game and not get smoked.
Fucking Big Ten, dog.
It'd be nice to win a conference championship. Obviously, like nobody's asking for national championships anymore. We just want to be leading the Big Ten West sometimes.
The Big Ten has pretty much never changed. You got that 330, 335, 340 offensive line. You got 300-pound D linemen that are getting to your quarterback. The Big Ten has always been that, and we don't look like that. No. You line us up against any other Big Ten standard, we don't look like that at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so whoever it is, hopefully they can fix it. But Deion, that's an interesting rumor. And those kind of came out of nowhere. Deion wasn't even on like the top 3 list everybody was talking about.
It was more Auburn. I was hearing more. And then even that quieted down.
Yeah,
so
but
that's why I was like,
I don't know, man. I think that
Auburn is looking at a whole different.
Auburn's a tougher job, man.
Yeah, you don't want to go in like that.
You take the Auburn job, you're automatically the second best team in your state.
You don't want to go in like that. If I'm coaching, I don't want to go to the SEC. Nah.
Yeah, and I mean, does Deion want to go up against Nick Saban all the time? I don't know.
Does he? I don't know.
He does.
You know what I mean? There's that little tiff that
maybe
they had too. Maybe he does.
Or does he want to come to Nebraska and just be everybody's favorite fucking dude for a while? You know?
Because we talking about Deion.
You know, like even in Alabama, like half the people at the grocery store are gonna tell him to fuck off. They're gonna be like, "Roll Tide, motherfucker!"
Right.
You know?
I don't know, man. We shall see, though, for sure.
I don't know, and it would suck for racism to be a consideration, but Alabama's got to be worse.
Yeah. We're not in high consideration down there.
Like it'd be bad here too. I think there'd be some questionable things on the.
Oh, most definitely
on Twitter. If he got hired.
This is Nebraska.
But I was expecting that about Mickey, and I haven't really heard anything too. Like,
I'm not looking for it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I haven't. I'm sure it's there, but
yeah.
I haven't seen it. Probably because I'm not looking for it.
I was gonna say, not that I talk to racists a lot.
Because I did. I said one. That's probably one of the first things I even tweeted, IG'd, Facebook. Like, watch out. Here comes the hate.
I thought it was gonna be worse, but
yeah, I thought it would be too.
I don't really expose myself to that at
but
all.
I'm sure it's there.
Yeah, for sure.
We're in Nebraska.
With Deion, I think it would be. He's just a little flamboasting.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it would definitely be there. It would definitely be there.
He's a little flamboasting for people around here.
Mainly from out west, the Panhandle.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, probably mainly from out west. Most of the cultures, eastern Nebraska.
All right, well, that's all the time we got. Deion, if you're coming, man, hopefully
holla at us.
Yeah, come be on the show, dog.
Hey, man.
Can you imagine Deion Sanders?
Well, let me find out his phone number.
We'll call. We're going to tweet at you, Deion.
I'm going to call you.
Come on the show. Always Chilling Podcast. Special guest, Deion Sanders. Can you imagine? Come break the news on our podcast.
Right here, Always Chilling.
Yeah. Come do your press release on the Always Chilling Podcast. Anyways, thanks for listening. You guys have a great week. Like our stuff. Like the video. Like, comment, subscribe. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. And, yeah, check us out.